Sirens faded into winter. Snow fell where you used to stand. They said accidents don't choose you, but I still see my shaking hands. Heavy metal feels like breaking. Every cheer cuts like a knife. If I never chased the spotlight, you'd still be alive tonight. A stranger house, a colder welcome. Don't call me family, she said. So I learned to speak in silence and sleep with ghosts instead.
Hi there, my name is Maya Chen, and this is the end of my story as requested by you all, which I love, the one where I finally learned how to choose myself. 3 years ago, I walked away from Winterbrook with a broken heart and a gold medal that felt heavier than hope. Tonight, I stand at the Olympics, whole, healed, and ready to tell you how I got here. If you've been with me through the ice, the tears, the love, and the letting go, thank you. Your support kept me skating when I wanted to stop. Now breathe deep, hold on tight. This is how I came full circle. This is how I found my way home. Let's finish it together. 3 years had passed since I left Winterbrook, and every single day of those years had felt like rebuilding myself from the inside out. I was 22 now, taller in spirit if not in height. My hair was still long and dark, but I wore it loose more often, no longer hiding behind messy buns. The small scar above my left eyebrow had faded to a thin silver line, but I still touched it when I needed courage. Tonight I needed courage more than ever. I stood backstage at the Winter Olympics Women's Figure Skating Finals in Pyeongchang. The air was cold and sharp, smelling of Zamboni exhaust and anticipation. My heart beat so hard I thought it might crack a rib. I wore my competition dress, deep midnight blue with thousands of tiny crystals that caught every light like falling stars. It shimmered when I breathed. My phone buzzed in my warm-up jacket pocket. I pulled it out with shaking fingers. Reagan, landed in Pyeongchang. Wouldn't miss this for the world. You're going to be incredible. Elena in the arena. 3rd row, left side. I'll be the one crying before you even start. Good luck, Maya. Not that you need it. My chest squeezed, not with fear this time, but with something warm and steady. They both came. Of course they did. I hadn't seen either of them in person in 2 years. Video calls, yes. Long late-night texts when the loneliness of training hit hard. But not face-to-face. Not since I needed space to learn how to stand without leaning on anyone. Now I was here, and so were they. And for the first time in 3 years, I knew exactly what I wanted. I sat on the bench in my private warm-up area, knees pulled up, arms wrapped around them. The past 3 years flashed behind my eyes like a montage I couldn't pause. The first 6 months in Colorado were brutal. I cried every night after practice. My body hurt. My mind hurt worse. Therapy twice a week. Journal pages filled with anger at myself, at the accident, at the world. I learned to name the guilt instead of letting it name me. Then came the small wins. First clean quad salchow in competition. First time I landed a triple axel without hearing my mother's voice in my head saying, "You can do better." First time I laughed, really laughed, at a teammate's joke instead of faking it. I tried dating. Twice. Nice girls. Sweet girls. Girls who wanted to hold my hand in public and post cute photos. Both ended after a few months. I kept comparing them. One had Reagan's fire but not her depth. The other had Elena's kindness but not her quiet strength. I realized I wasn't ready. I wasn't whole enough to give anyone pieces of me yet. So I focused on skating, on healing, on becoming someone my parents would recognize and be proud of. A soft knock pulled me back. Holly poked her head in. She was 22 now too, burgundy hair still bold, but her smile softer, more sure. She had become my official team support, traveling with me, keeping me grounded, reminding me who I was when the pressure tried to swallow me. "You have visitors," she said quietly. 2 of them. Should I tell them to wait until after? My heart slammed against my ribs. No. Send them in. Holly gave me a long look, then nodded and disappeared. The door opened wider. Reagan stepped in first. My breath caught hard. She had changed. Her platinum hair was longer now, soft waves instead of the sharp bob. She wore a simple black coat over jeans, no leather jacket, no armor. Her ice blue eyes were still piercing, but the sharpness had softened into something warmer, more open. She looked peaceful. "Hi, stranger," she said. Her voice cracked just a little. Before I could answer, Elena appeared behind her. Elena had changed too. Her curly brown hair was shorter, shoulder length now, golden highlights brighter. She wore a cream sweater and dark jeans, silver compass pendant still around her neck. Her posture was straighter, more confident. Her hazel eyes still held that gentle light, but there was new strength behind them, like she had learned to stand tall without waiting for permission. The three of us stood in awkward silence for a heartbeat. Holly slipped out quietly, closing the door behind her. Reagan spoke first. "We didn't plan this. I swear I didn't know she was coming." Elena gave a small laugh. "I didn't know you were either." I laughed too, real, surprised, relieved. "It's okay. I'm glad you're both here." We sat on the bench, me in the middle, them on either side. It felt strange and right at the same time. Reagan went first. "I'm coaching now. Young skaters, 12 to 16. I teach them technique, but mostly I teach them how to lose without breaking. How to win without needing to control everything." She looked down at her hands. "Therapy helped. A lot. I learned the difference between love and possession. I'm still learning." Elena nodded. "I'm finishing my sports psychology degree. Still skating professionally part-time, but mostly I mentor. I help athletes process grief, pressure, identity. It's fulfilling." They both looked at me. Reagan's voice was quiet. "I'm single. Haven't dated seriously since you left." I couldn't. No one else measured up. Elena smiled sadly. "Same. I tried. Didn't work. I kept waiting for someone who saw me the way you did." I swallowed. "I tried too. Didn't work. I kept comparing everyone to you both." Silence again, heavy with 3 years of unspoken things. Reagan spoke softly. "I don't expect anything tonight. I just needed to see you win. You deserve this, Maya. More than anyone." Elena nodded. "Whatever happens after tonight, I want you to know I'm proud of you. Always have been." My throat tightened. "I need to focus. Can we talk after?" "After the competition." They both nodded. They stood. Reagan hesitated, then leaned down and kissed my forehead, gentle, brief, full of everything she couldn't say yet. Elena did the same on my other temple. Then they left together, an awkward but civil truce. I sat alone again, heart full, mind clear. The ice called. The arena was packed. Lights hot, music waiting. I spotted Elena first, third row, left side, already crying, hands clasped tight. Reagan a few rows back, leaning forward, hands clenched, eyes locked on me. Holly in the family section with Aunt Diane and Coach Anderson, screaming my name. My music started, a piece I choreographed myself. Slow piano at first, grief, loss, darkness. Then strings rising. Hope, fight light. I skated for my parents. For the girl who thought she killed them. For the woman who learned she didn't. Quad salchow, clean, powerful, Reagan's fire in every rotation. Triple axel, high, perfect, mom and dad's favorite, tears streaming but smiling. Combination spins, Elena's grace woven through every curve. The spiral sequence, arms open, body extended, offering everything. The final combination spin built and built. I dropped into my mother's signature move, the one I could never do without crying before. I nailed it. Tears fell freely, but I was smiling so wide my cheeks hurt. The music ended. I held the final pose, arms spread, face to the sky, completely open, completely free. The arena exploded. Elena was sobbing openly. Reagan had tears streaming, hands over her mouth. Holly was screaming. Scores flashed. Gold. I had done it. Hours later, press done, photos taken, team celebration. I returned to my hotel exhausted and still floating. In the lobby, Reagan and Elena waited. Separately, but both there. I walked to them. "Walk with me." We walked through the Olympic Village. Snow fell gently. Mountains dark against the sky. We reached a quiet overlook. I stopped. Gold medal heavy around my neck. "I need to tell you both something," I said. My voice shook only a little. 3 years ago, I left because I didn't know who I was. I was choosing between you when I hadn't chosen myself. They listened. These 3 years taught me what I need, what I want, what kind of love I deserve. Reagan spoke first. I know I hurt you. I tried to own you instead of love you. I've worked on that. Therapy, coaching, learning to let go. I'm not that person anymore. But I understand if that's not enough. I just need you to know, I've loved you for 3 years. Real love. The kind that wants you happy even if it's not with me. Elena took a breath. I've loved you since the moment I saw you skate. I thought patience was love, waiting, supporting, never asking. But I've learned love isn't just gentle. It's brave enough to say what you want. So I'm saying it. I want you, Maya. I want a life with you. If you'll have me. My heart pounded. I turned to Reagan first. Reagan, you taught me I was worth fighting for. You showed me passion, intensity, what it feels like to burn. You were my first after grief, my first kiss, my first real feelings. I'll always love you for that. Reagan's eyes filled. She knew. But we were fire, and fire consumes. We were perfect in moments, but we couldn't sustain it. You needed to control. I needed to be free. We brought out extremes in each other, beautiful, devastating extremes. I took her hands. You became my friend, my partner, someone who knows me at my worst. That's what I want you to stay, someone I love, but differently. Someone in my life, but not my whole life. Reagan's tears fell, but she smiled. I understand, and I'll take that. I'll take being your friend over nothing. We hugged, tight, emotional, full closure. Then I turned to Elena. My whole world shifted into focus. Elena, you were my safety when everything felt dangerous. Patient when I needed time. You asked for nothing and gave me everything. Elena's breathing quickened. Hopeful. Scared. 3 years ago, I thought that meant we were calm. Safe but not exciting. I stepped closer. I was wrong. What we have isn't safe like boring. It's safe like home. Like knowing someone will catch you, but also push you to fly. Like being seen completely and loved anyway. I took her hands. They shook. You don't make me burn, Elena. You make me glow. Steady. Constant. Warm. And that's what I need. What I want. Elena's tears fell freely. I choose you. Not because you waited. Not because you're the safer option. But because when I imagine my future, every award, every failure, every quiet morning you're there. You've always been there. I kissed her, soft at first, then deeper. 3 years of longing poured into it. Her lips were warm, sure home. She kissed me back like she had been waiting forever. When we pulled apart, she whispered through tears, "Are you sure? Maya, are you absolutely? I've never been more sure of anything. I love you, Elena Martinez. I'm in love with you. I think I have been since you held me while I grieved and asked for nothing in return." Reagan stood apart, wiping her tears. "I'm happy for you both," she said. "I mean it." She approached, hugged Elena first. "Take care of her. She's everything." Elena hugged back. "I know. I will." Reagan turned to me. "Can I still be your friend? Really? Always. You're part of my story. Just not the ending." Reagan smiled through tears. "Good enough for me." She looked at us both. "You know what's funny? 3 years ago, this would have destroyed me. I would have fought, manipulated, tried to win." She laughed softly. "But now, seeing you happy, that's enough. Maybe that's what real love is, wanting someone's joy more than wanting them." I smiled. "That's exactly what it is." We stood there, the three of us, complicated, bittersweet, honest, under falling snow, with mountains watching, and my heart finally whole. The morning after I won gold felt like floating in a dream I was afraid to wake from. My body ached in the best way, muscles tired from the performance, heart full from the medal around my neck. I woke up in Elena's arms in our hotel room. She had stayed. We hadn't planned it. After the celebration dinner with the team, after the press, after the hugs and tears and toasts, we just ended up here. Together. No rush. No questions. Just quiet breathing, and her fingers tracing slow circles on my back until we both fell asleep. I lay there watching her sleep. Her shorter curls, fanned across the pillow, golden highlights catching the morning light. Her face was soft, peaceful. No worry lines. No waiting. Just Elena. My Elena. The thought made my chest ache in the sweetest way. She stirred. Hazel eyes opened slowly. When she saw me watching, she smiled. Small, sleepy, perfect. "Good morning, Olympic champion," she whispered. I leaned in and kissed her. Soft at first, then deeper. Her hand slid to the back of my neck, pulling me closer. We kissed like we had all the time in the world now. Because we did. Hours later, after more kisses, after a lazy breakfast in bed, after showering together with way too much laughing and soap in our eyes, we got ready for the team celebration dinner. I wore a simple silver dress that shimmered like ice under lights. Elena wore deep green that made her caramel skin glow. We walked into the restaurant holding hands. No hiding, no pretending. Holly saw us first. She jumped up from the table, grinning so wide her cheeks must have hurt. "Finally!" she shouted, loud enough that half the restaurant turned. The whole team cheered. Coach Anderson raised his glass. Aunt Diane wiped happy tears. Even the waiter smiled. Reagan arrived a few minutes later. Alone. She looked beautiful, longer platinum hair loose, black dress elegant but simple. She saw us holding hands. For 1 second her face flickered. Old pain, old habit. Then she smiled. Real. Warm. She walked over. Hugged me first. Tight. "I'm so proud of you," she whispered in my ear. Then she hugged Elena. "Take care of her." Elena hugged back. "Always." We sat. Reagan next to Holly. Elena next to me. The table felt full. Not crowded. Full. Coach stood for a toast. His voice was rough with emotion. To Maya, who taught us all that the strongest choice is choosing yourself first. And to Elena, who reminded us that real love waits, but never gives up. Glasses clinked. Everyone drank. Elena leaned close, kissed my temple softly, whispered so only I could hear. "I can't believe this is real." I turned my face to hers. "It is. We are." Dinner passed in laughter and stories. Holly told embarrassing training stories. Coach bragged about my triple axel like he invented it. Reagan shared how her young skaters asked about me every day. Elena talked about her new job offer, sports psychologist at Winterbrook. We were going home. Together. To an apartment in town. To a cat named Axel we adopted last month. To a life we built step by step. After dinner, Elena and I slipped away to the hotel balcony. The Olympic Village sparkled below. Mountains dark against the stars. Snow fell in soft, slow flakes. My gold medal sat on the table inside, catching light. Elena stood behind me, arms around my waist, chin on my shoulder. "What happens now?" she asked quietly. I turned in her arms, took both her hands. "Now we figure it out together. Your degree, my skating career, where we live, how we make this work." She smiled, but her eyes were serious. "It won't be easy. Nothing worth having is." She kissed me then, slow, deep, full of promise. Her hands cupped my face. Thumbs brushed away happy tears. I didn't know I was crying. "I've dreamed about this," she whispered against my lips. "Holding you, kissing you, not wondering if you're thinking about someone else." "I'm only thinking about you," I promised. She walked me backward until my back hit the cold balcony railing. The metal chilled through my dress. Her warmth pressed against my front. Perfect contrast. 3 years, she breathed, kissing down my neck slow and open-mouthed. 3 years I've waited to do this. My hands tangled in her shorter curls. Pulled her closer. "We have the rest of our lives now." She pulled back just enough to look at me, really look. Hazel eyes searching. "You mean that?" Every word. We kissed again. Different from every kiss before. Not goodbye. Not maybe. Not someday. Hello. Yes. Finally. She lifted me easily. I wrapped my legs around her waist. She carried me inside. The balcony door closed behind us with a soft click. And for the first time in 3 years, maybe in my whole life, I was exactly where I was supposed to be. 1 year later, I stood at the front of the new skating class at Winterbrook Academy. Not as a student, as a guest speaker. 23 now. Stronger. Calmer. Whole. Elena stood beside me. She had taken the job as the school's sports psychologist. We had an apartment 5 minutes away. A fluffy gray cat named Axel who slept on our pillows. A life we built day by day. Holly taught intermediate skating here now. Aunt Diane visited every month with homemade cookies. Coach Anderson still yelled at kids like they were his own. And Reagan, she was head coach of the advanced program. Brilliant at it, tough but fair, demanding but kind. She had learned how to channel her intensity into lifting others up instead of holding them down. She was dating someone, a fellow coach who matched her fire but tempered it with patience. They looked happy. I spoke to the young skaters about my journey, the grief, the guilt, the choice to heal, the gold medal that meant more because I had earned it as myself. Afterward, a girl about 16 approached. Hollow eyes, grief written all over her face. "How did you do it?" she asked. "Keep skating after everything." I looked at Elena. She smiled encouragingly. I looked at Reagan across the rink. She nodded once, proud. "I learned that grief doesn't mean giving up joy," I told the girl. "That loving yourself isn't selfish, and that the right people will love you while you figure it all out, not in spite of your broken pieces, but including them." Her eyes filled with tears. "It gets better," I said. "Not easier, but better. You just have to keep skating." She nodded, walked away a little straighter. Elena took my hand. "Ready to go home?" Home. I had one of those now. "Yeah," I said, squeezing her fingers. "I'm ready." We left together. My Olympic gold medal framed on the academy wall behind us. My future bright ahead. I survived the grief. I survived the darkness. I survived choosing myself. And I found love, real, true, steady love on the other side. The ice taught me how to fly, but Elena taught me how to land safely. And that made all the difference. Thank you so much for watching my story until the end. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for the next hot series. Your support helps me create more stories like this and means more to me than you know. I would also love to hear your thoughts. So please leave a comment and tell me what you felt while watching. Thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you in the next story.